You are watching FLIPTV newspaper front page review. My name is Elizabeth Akbati. Let's dive in. News Nigeria. Naira's stability, lower energy prices drive Nigerians' inflation downward as inflation drops from fifth consecutive month hits 20.12%. With natural gas, Nigeria will revolutionize rail transport, minister says. Lagos slashes land requirements for estate development amid housing pressure. Dapman Dangote fraud deepens over fuel quality pricing. Nigerians' non-oil sector gains as crude oil exports decline by 3.18 trillion naira on page 13. Minister orders custom to suspend 4% FOB levy on imported goods. And that's all for the News Nigeria. The Tribune. 2027 PDP demands legal backing for electronic transmission of result on page 15. Says party not dead. Declares confidence in Fubara as emergency rule winds down in Rivers State. Dismisses relevance of article. Others say reconciliation, disciplinary measures in progress. Our refinery ended Nigerians' 50-year for Q crisis, Dangote says on page 14. Move to reduce FG stakes in joint oil venture capable of undermining Nigeria's sovereignty, Article 1 on page 6. Oil launches sustainable social protection initiative on page 17. I can't facilitate Natasha's resumption, CNA says on page 3. Health news. Daily walking can prevent back pain risks by 23%, study says on page 3. Guinness Book of Records confirm Hilda Bassi's largest serving of Nigeria on page 21. Nigerians' inflation rate dropped to 20.12% in August, MBS says on page 5. And that's all for the Nigerian Tribune. Heading over to the blueprints. Economists hail CBN's policy as food inflation drops to 21.87%. Only Senate can facilitate your resumption, CNA tells Natasha. Tinubu returns from vacation today ahead of schedule. DMO allocates 3.5 billion in foreign savings bonds for September. World Cup Championship. Amuzers settles for silver in 100-meter hurdles in Tokyo. AFCFTA Kano Maradi rail project inching towards 60% completion, Tinubu says on page 21. Collapsed bridge. 17 wedding guest dies as bus plunges into Zamfara River. Our refinery ended 50 years of fuel queues in Nigeria, says Dangote. CVR. We've invested 4.4 million pre-registered voters in 4 weeks, INEC says. Roaming cattle in Abuja to be relocated to grazing reserves, FG says. And that's all for the blueprints. Platform Times. Nigeria loses $10 billion annually to post-harvest waste, minister says. Dangote tax NAS on Nigeria first policy expands refinery to 700,000 BPD. Ogun people shines with 11 distinctions in 2025 BECE 6 scholarship. Abiodun clerk canvass justice at Ogun legal year. Aragbashola ADC will end godfatherism money politics in Nigeria. NASU, SANU, threaten indefinite strike over unpaid salaries, exclusion from 50 billion allowances. Now funds 6 lawmakers backing to secure 25% allocation from new development levy. Alleged $4.5 billion fraud. Court clears Emefiele for forensic examination of EFCC digital evidence. UNICEF, ILO, EU launches social protection project in Oyo, rises alarm over poverty levels. Family breakdown driving insecurity, Oluremi Tinubu. And that's all for the Platform Times. This Nigeria. Food prices drop Nigeria's inflation into 20% in August. Hunger in the land. FG article locks horn. Court strikes out case challenging Rivers local government election. NAS clerk Natasha. I have no authority to return your suspension. Presidency replies VP says under Tinubu's Nigeria is recording unprecedented revenues, while states are now able to pay salaries and gratuities promptly with surplus for capital projects. And that's all for this Nigeria. The Hope. Nigerians' inflation dropped for fifth consecutive times. Ondo governor provides free shuttle buses bid as school resumes. Custom automates cargo clearance. Petrol costs 1,826 in Togo. Dangote denies that man's petrol pricing claims. Tokyo 2025, Toby Emerson shines. Wins silver for 100 meters hurdles. FIRS to Nigeria. You can open bank accounts without presenting tax ID. Police nab 40-year-old man for defiling minor in Rivers State. Over 4.4 million Nigerians pre-register for voters registration, INEC says. And that's all for The Hope. To The Guardian. Money illusion for fiscal crisis as state debt defect soar. How our refinery saved Nigerians oil sector by Dangote. FG suspends custom FOB levy on imports. 2027, Nigerians won't accept technical glitch excuses, PDP warns INEC. FG orders relocation of roaming cattle to grazing reserves. $4.5 billion fraud trial. Court grants Emefiele request for forensic examination. International Day. Nigerians' democracy faces grave threat from hunger, corruption. Article CSO's warm. NAMA rejects salary cut for Lagos doctors, fault FG on funding. Adeleke devastated, lament as flood rages Osun community. Peace deal collapse as bandits adopt 40 in Zamfara. Stable exchange rates. Food prices drive down inflation to 20% or 20.12%. And that's all for The Guardian. The Nations. Presidency APC slam article over hunger hardship alarm. Inflation slides on stable economy growth. Low food prices. Judge returns motion by Kanu to CJ for reassignment. Dangote refinery creates 24,000 jobs with 1,000 truck rollout. Tinubu cuts short vacation expected back today on page 2. Why weak Qatar bridge must be demolished by Fed government on page 6. JTB OK's NINRC as tax ID. And that's all for the newspaper front page review. My name is Elizabeth Akbati. Thanks for stopping by.